Assumptions are extremely dangerous things to make. Just like any dangerous thing out there, for instance, a bomb. The slightest error and you find yourself in a lot of trouble. A couple of days ago, I wanted to upgrade my laptop, so I confided in a friend and he recommended his software engineer. I didn't do my due diligence and I assumed everything was going to be all right. Only for the laptop to be handed over back to me, and I found out that all my files have been encrypted by a ransomware infection virus. I say literally all my files. You all say men don't cry, but man, I cried. But I had to spend lots of money and spend a lot of time to get my laptop fixed. But I learned a huge lesson. Stick with me to the end of the show and I'll share with you new stuff I learned about how and when we make assumptions and how to stop it. Hello and welcome everyone to this episode of Nothing is Lost. This is an inspirational series where you and I get to lend our voices for the good of the society. I will be your host for today's episode. My name is Ob2ice. And the topic for today is the dangers of assumption. So making assumptions at our workplace, our business, our relationships, the way we communicate with people can wreak serious havoc in our lives. Making assumptions can lead to anxiety, stress, fears, enmity, hatred, negative thoughts, accusations, and other deadly vices, all because we assumed, I think, maybe, I thought that, come on, what are you saying? But hey, let's not be too harsh on ourselves, but instead, let's discuss reasons why we make assumptions. Number one, our brains are wired to make assumptions. So one way our brain saves energy is by making assumptions. We draw from our past experiences and find patterns in how we feel the world works. So when we encounter a new situation, for instance, we apply these same old patterns into this new environment. And most times, remember, no two situations can actually be the same thing. And when we keep doing this, we end up making a whole lot of errors. Number two, our upbringing and culture. Making assumptions can be a behavior which we picked up as a child from our parents, our culture, and our society. We are brought up to think a certain way, to move a certain way, and to relate and interact with people a certain way. Just like this very old cliche where they tell you when you go to the university, you will graduate, you end up getting a good job, then you marry, in quotes, the love of your life, you settle down and you live happily ever after. But is that how it really works now? Those are assumptions. Number three, assumptions are easier than dealing with facts. Let's be totally honest with ourselves. A lot of us are guilty of this. So the reluctance to verify the source or the authenticity of our facts or information has led us to make a lot of rash decisions, especially in our relationships, for instance. That's why you see there are so many failed marriages, severe relationships, malice, envy, and the likes of them. Okay? Now that we've discussed reasons why we make assumptions, let us now discuss how to stop making these assumptions. Number one, learn how to recognize you are making them. You can dedicate a week to watching out for when you make assumptions. You can take a pen and a pad and write them down. I notice that when you write down your assumptions, it tends to give you more clarity into what you are up against. Number two, ask good questions of your assumptions. So one secret to breaking down assumptions is by asking good forward-moving questions. Try to avoid the why questions, but instead go for the what questions. Like, what facts do I have to prove this thought? What checks have I made to ensure that I am not making this error? Or what would happen if my assumptions are actually wrong? Number 3, agree to not have control of everything. So assumptions are literally we trying to control life and its outcome. We need to accept and embrace uncertainty. People change. Perspectives can be altered. Outcomes most times might not pan out the way we thought it was going to pan out. So we don't need to be surprised at all. It shock you. Number 4, becoming mindful. So living in the present and not in the postulated future can help us make better decisions. So training our minds to stay in the present would help us eliminate all those scenarios of we making assumptions, which ends up leading to us having issues. So that's it, guys. We've come to the end of yet another interesting episode. I learned a hardcore lesson before and whilst preparing for this show. I hope you're able to learn 1 or 2 things. Please, I've been looking forward to your feedback in the comment section. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram for quick updates. And as usual, before I leave you, I'll be dropping a few lyrics. But remember, ask questions, don't make assumptions.
What's up now, Nkechi? How you doing now? Wait for me now. I was trying to talk to you the other day. Alpha. I think say that you and see last night with your friends. You were coming from that downside. All of you were shaking your backside. But you see me so me, I know your bad side. I think say you said you call me. The other day you said you were coming. And so I empty on my tummy. So me and you can fill up with your Kwame. I think say you were loving. You promised to kiss me like my mommy. But you know real photocopy. I think say maybe not be you. Okay, but it's not fair now. But I thought that when you did call me, I felt maybe I should. No. You have told me your battery was dead. No, vet. I just think. I think say.